Formula 1, che spettacolo!
L'ossigeno che spinge a respirare è una ragione grande come il mare, come il mare.
La tiene bassa!
Tutto quello che ho.
Che magia!
Yes! We did it! Grandissimi!
Formula 1 returns to this iconic place. It's Suzuka. Ultras on pole from Sebastian Campo, Dodge Bandel on P3. David Sarkar a solid drive P4 in the qualifying. Pablo Sierra and Revo. Versio 7th from Devin Butler and UK Ball. Thierry Headley in 10th and Tom Leon 11th at the top half of the bomb half side by Adelaide. Igor who won last race, and Lam Fong, Taco Van Horn, Damien Castro, Nick Leon, Blade Red Sonic, Jensen Olsen, Mark Klein, the bottom two as per usual, Eduardo and Bogdasarov. So it's a wee bit wet here in Suzuka. We got 13 laps ahead of us, 5 red lights, and we'll be underway very shortly. And it's lights out and away we go. Good reaction time for Sebastian Ocampo. However, the worst compound in the Ferrari is not going to do him any good as we head in towards the first corner. Ultra now leads the Japanese Grand Prix. It's been a perfect start for him as Dominic Vandel looking to get up into P2. Round outside, he gets ahead of Sebastian Campo. Campo drops P3. David Sarkar P4 going off the track slightly. Down the inside, he's looking to get ahead into P3 and he does so. As the Vandel now leads the Grand Prix after overtaking Ultra. Ultra desperate to get some more points in the championship. Today would be the perfect day to do so, as he is still on the charge for De Benedetto. He will not give up yet. Ocampo wants to get up small places as the Cerquera. Headley gets a penalty in P10 as into the wall goes UK Ball and Versio. Versio losing half his front ring, as does UK Ball, as De Benedetto now leading by 9/10 of a second. It's been a bad start for Ultra, considering that he has the best car on this whole grid, and he's just not been able to utilise it there on this lap as he is trying to chase back and get the P1. But yeah, this will be a very good result in the championship as it stands. The gap is 11 points between Ultra and Cerquera, with Cerquera being the one at the top. So yeah, he really needs a good result, otherwise he might be done for. Turning up Mercedes have some plans up their sleeves, as UK Ball gets a penalty for causing a collision. He's down P15. He does stay out. He's not bothered about the damage, as is Versio, who also stays out, but he's struggling with some straight line speed. There is less downforce on this car though, as Ultra is always 6 heads back from the leader. We're on lap 2 with 13. Of course, we have just had some rain. The rain is still continuing. It's very light though, so it is still possible that the rain could dry up or could even get worse. It's Suzuka, so who knows what's going to happen, as Ocampo looking for a solid drive after the miseries of last race, where only half the grid finished the Grand Prix. Ocampo being in P3 right now is not what he needs, as Ultra is the driver just ahead. We're going to focus further down the pack with Butler leading a mini train. Of course, he is in P7 from Headley in P8. Igorov in P9, he'll be delighted with the win from last race. And of course, look what he's doing now in that Renault, getting P9 in his car, which has just not been upgraded this season whatsoever. It's only on P10 from Marcus Adelaide and Nick Leon. As you can see there, 11th, 12th McLaren. This is not what they wanted at all. Taco Van Horn being in P13. It's contrasts a lot from last race, as Ultra now leads the Japanese Grand Prix. Something I did not see there, but yeah, Van Horn getting P2 last race. He was only a couple tenths away from the win, and it was a truly spectacular thing to see. As he is ahead of the 3-time world champion Milena Dragosonic, who's just not had a good season whatsoever. Dragon having a horrible home race right now, with Lam Fong and Olsen alongside each other. Fong around the outside to the inside, but Olsen's already cut him off. The Norwegian driver stayed ahead in P15. Damien Castro in P17. He's the only driver to have not scored points. And oh, Nick Leon And it's not just him, it seems to be Devin Butler as well. These guys have spun on the track, and that is a very dangerous place to spin. But luckily, no retirements there. The drivers are safe as they're going to continue driving. And yet, it's a front right puncture on Devin Butler's car. You can see it there. We're going to go on board, and that looks very painful. The way the car is pulsing all over. BDS with a half damaged front wing passes by in P14. However, there's still a possibility that he could pit as Eduardo gets a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision. His upgrades that he's brought to the table, they've not been able to be put in good use yet, and that is very, very unfortunate. As Ultra leads from Vendetta by 1.2 seconds. This is the perfect few laps for Ultra, as he'll be looking to expand on this and get the race win, which would be perfect for him right now in the championship. As it stands, he would take the championship lead, only by a few points, but it's what he needs heading into the US Grand Prix, which is going to be one of the most important Grand Prix this season for Ferrari, because they've got to defend from Mercedes, who have their boosts. They have boosts on that race, so Ferrari really get Ultra's championship lead extended. They need to do it, otherwise he's done for. And so yeah, lap 4 out of 12. It's raining, so there's not really much I can commentate on. No strategies in play at the moment. The rain doesn't seem to be coming, so yeah. I guess we're just watching these cars drive for now. Darren Cash with P14, Lanfong P13. This is solid for Haas. Haas needs some good results because they're now bottom of this championship. And this is just unlike the Haas team. But of course, the absolute luck that Williams got last race really showed that, yeah, luck can really decide a lot of things here. Ocampo in P3 though, what can he do from that position? Can he defend it? Because Davide Ricciardo right on the back of him, and he's not seeming to close in on De Benedetto. Now I feel like the rain is calming down, which means dry tyres will be an option soon, I think. I don't know if it's just me, but I do feel like the rain has dropped quite a bit compared to before. Like, as you can see, Adelaide and Gore are fighting for P9 right now. The McLaren versus the Renault. The McLaren round the outside of the Renault, and it looks like Gore is going to stay ahead of Adelaide. As he go around the hairpin, Igorov stays in P9, using his 2 World Championships of experience to stay ahead. Tommy on right up ahead in the Red Bull. Now it looks like Adelaide is no match for them. Adelaide passes by, gets ahead of Igorov and Tommy on. He's up in P8 and he's free to chase down Thierry Headley. Of course, if it is going to stop raining, and it is going to, Star Driver's going to take a few laps before the track does dry, which means I don't imagine people will be coming to the pits just yet. But if people do come into the pits, what tyre would they choose? And they need to be careful because hards would take ages to warm up. First of all, they only take a while to heat up, but also it's be a very cold track that the drivers will be racing on. Yeah, teams need to consider that into that strategy at the moment. But yeah, look at the track. It is getting drier. You can see a bit of a dry line starting to form. So yeah, teams are going to be monitoring that dry line a lot. That is going to be their priority, and also deciding what tyres to go on if it's like a certain lap that it dries up. Yeah, you can see the rain is just decreasing in the amount that is falling from the heavens. Ultra is still leading 3.3 seconds. He's been completely untouchable this race. Tommy are now back up into P8. Of course, he wasn't there before. He was down to 9 after being overtaken by Marcus Adelaide earlier on. Thierry Headley, 5-second time penalty for him. That is not good for the podium, for the one-time podium finisher in the pink Mercedes, Racing Point car. As he's heading in towards 130R, one of the most famous corners in Formula 1. And now we are around 130R. It's a nice corner, you know. It's high speed, it's daring, you love it. And you can take it flat out, which can provide some interesting battles, I must say. Is that someone in the pits at all there? No. I was really confused why Ultra's leader just suddenly diminished there, as he is getting near to lapping Devin Butler already, which is very concerning for Butler, but think about it, he had the incident earlier on. He's been on them tyres for 2 laps this race. Everyone else has been on their tyres for the entire race. And I'm just looking there, 79% are on Ultra Rose tyres. Them intermediates, they're not gonna wear out. They would easily go to the end. BDS into the pit lane though, and it's another set of intermediate tyres. Dragon clearly think that it's the end of the race, and they're gonna gamble with BDS. Both their drivers are far down, so if it pays off, it pays off. And if it doesn't, well, you've not really lost anything. There's no points on offer from your current positions, as you're going to leave the pits ahead of Devin Butler, who's not going to gain anything whatsoever. And here we are around the final corner for Donington Benedetto. He is still 3 seconds off of the lead, as you can see 3.2. He's managed to maintain the gap to Ultra Road, because remember it was 3.24, so he's just managed to keep it the same. So that's a big positive there for Dominic. As round in the season though, they're taking off very quickly. We've only got 4 more rounds to go after this round. So yeah, the season is getting near its end, and for Ultra Road he needs to do something now about the championship, because if he does not get a good lead now, he might not win it because of the USA boost for Mercedes. Not every team, but most teams have had boosts. They have had team boosts which have given an extra car performance. And here we are, David Saracera down the inside. The rain has stopped. The gamble will not work out for Blade Dragon Sonic. As the track begins to dry, there is no more rain on the circuit. I will soon see what happens with people. Of course, no one coming into the pit lane yet, but teams are going to have to really monitor this. Mediums are probably the best bet. Ultra stays out. De Benedetto, what will he do? The American driver is staying out, as Saracera and Ocampo. Pablo Sierra is miles behind, but I'm going to be honest, this track looks like it might be raceable in the dry type conditions, and Sierra and Renault doesn't think that, but Ravo does. He is the first person to make a pit stop for dries, and he is going to be going onto mediums. I said mediums are the best bet. Ferrari are gambling with medium tyres, and there we go. So Italian driver, first one on the dries this race, into the pits as well comes Taco Van Horn for Toro Rosso, and he's going to get out the pits cleanly in clean air. We'll truly see this medium type performance now. We're going to see it. So just watch the gap between Ravo and the leader gap. Just watch the gap between Ravo and Ultra, that's what I meant to say. If it starts coming down soon, you know the dries are right. So yeah, teams are going to use this to monitor performance. As Box Sarver in the pits for mediums, Nick Leon also in for mediums. So yeah, mediums seem to be this choice, the popular one. UK ball going on to softs. What's happening here with Theo? What the? They didn't even change his tires. They were just moonwalking in position. As Benedetto holds up to Saracera, Ultra gets on the softs, Ocampo onto mediums. 4 laps to go now. Ravo fast lap of the race. And that's fast sector 2, sorry, I think, of the race. Yeah, teams clearly think it's time to pit. First Theo though, he's going to be questioning what happened here. Down in the Alfa Romeo garage, what was that? Whose idea was it a moonwalk in place? Well, nonetheless, it's completely ruined First Theo's Grand Prix. And now U.K. is gonna get by easily up into P19. So Dragon now running P19 and P22. Oh, that is horrible. As BDS is gonna get lapped here by Ultra. So I imagine him's gonna have to let by very soon. As Lam Fong comes at the pits, he's going on to medium tyres. Eduardo also coming at the pits for softs. So softs are now a choice for those who decide to go the lap longer. And yeah, Ultra finally by. He's got past Blade Dragon Sonic. And he's now leading by 9 seconds. Davis Arquero down to P14. As it stands, Ultra will lead the World Drivers' Championship heading into the next round in the season. Of course, USA is the race after next race. So yeah, that's what Ferrari are gonna have to be careful for. As now time running out in this Grand Prix. We're on lap 11 with race leader Ultra. There might be a little bit of lag incoming, so just prepare yourselves. As there we go, I think most of it is gone now. Looks like there's still going to be some there, which I can't fix. Extremely sorry there. This is just my phone being degenerate. So Revo P6 from Tom Leon and Max Adelaide, so it looks like Revo did not gain on Pablo Sierra, which is extremely unfortunate for him. He could not get ahead of Sierra by pitting early, so I feel like lap 10 was the best time to pit, which is what most people took lap 10. Also had some pitting on lap 9. You know, you gotta gamble sometimes in Formula 1. Formula 1's all about the gambling. But yeah, leading with 2 more laps left in this race is Ultra, the Colombia driver. He's been fighting all season long to try and take the championship lead. He's had to take down a 71-point gap. He gets a fast lap of 119.9. With 2 laps to go, he's on track to become the world championship leader, which would be dethroning Serra after 17 races in the season. Serra has held it for 16 full races, and it's finally crumbling down to its final little pieces. And Sierra on track for a solid P5 result for the Renault team. Of course, it's been a pretty bad day, you know, for the Toro Rosso guys. We went from P2 in a DNF to P11 and a P20. I think they'd rather take a P2 and a DNF every single race than a P11 and a P20. And Versio miles behind everyone else because Alfa Romeo Sauber had completely messed up. Like, they didn't even have any tyres, so they just sent her back out. Like, that is a thing that I've never seen before happen in Monoposto. Just breaking the fourth wall here a bit. But yeah, I've never seen that happen before, as lag is going hard right now. I need to do something about this lag issue though. As on to the final lap, UK Ball gets lapped by Ultra Virtual safety car for Damian Castro. He is out of the Grand Prix. This will promote Fong up into 14th place. That's good for him, but at what cost? Because, like, yeah, Fong improves position, but at what cost? Because, you know, Castro's out. As VSC is ending, we're gonna go green. Ultra Row on the final lap, finishing the S's for the final time. And he has got 2 more sectors left. And he can take the World Championship lead, assuming Ocampo can stay ahead of Serra. So Ultra position in the championship is all determined by Ocampo, who seems to be falling back a little bit, as there goes Serra past K-Wall to unlap, to lap him. Sierra gets a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision. And this brings Revo into the P5 fight here. As there's only 1 more sector left, Tom Leon fast in the first sector, taking that from Revo. And Ultra's only got a couple more corners. And it looks like he may have taken the World Championship lead as we head into the next round. Around the final corner, it's yet another win. The Colombia driver wins, Ultra wins the Japanese Grand Prix, and looks to be taking the championship lead with it. As Dominic Toretto, a solid P2 drive from Sebastian Campo, and that confirms it. Ultra now leads the World Drivers' Championship. Sierra gets P5 on the road. UK Ball, Butler, BDS, and Versio all lapped. Now will Sierra keep that P5? I don't think so. As Revo crosses the line, and yeah, Revo takes P5, Sierra down to P6. Tom Leon will get P7 after a solid result. Props to him for that one. Adelaide will get P8 from Thierry Headley. In P9, Gregorov rounding off to points in P10. And rain is beginning again. Taco Van Horn P11 from Jensen Olsen in the Sport Pesa Racing Point. He's going to get P12 from Marcus Klein in P13. Now Lam Fong, he's going to get P14 in the end of it. Plus teammate DNFing though on the last lap. Pretty unfortunate. As Carlos Eduardo will be finishing P15 just ahead of Nick Leon, I think. Assuming Leon doesn't get past. But looks like Eduardo is going to be around the final corner. And he is going to come across the line in P50 from Nick Leon. Daniel Bolsarov will be last there to cross the line. And that is it. Japan is over. And we've only got 4 more rounds left in the season. Ultra winner again somehow. This dominance is crazy, and he now leads the Drivers' Championship from Dave Serricari, who finished P4. But Campbell got P3. That's a very good result for him. Dominic Toretto gets P2. So these are representing America proud. Same for Campbell with the Philippines and Ultra with Colombia. And as a result of that, the race is now over. It's been concluded. Let's listen to the Colombian national anthem. So as I said, Ultra Demanda and Campo, your top 3 finishers, Serricari being 4th, Rivals P5 from Sierra Leone, Adelaide, Thierry Headley, Gregorov, Taco Van Horn, Olsen, Klein, Fong, Eduardo, Nick Leon, Boxarov, UK Ball, Butler, BDS, and Versio, with Castro retiring from the race at the very end. So that is it. We're done in Japan. We'll see you next time when F1 Classic returns. Hope you had a good day, good morning, good evening, good night, whatever it is. See ya.